Good evening. I welcome all to the second part of the webinar Python for All. I trust that most of you would have installed the Python and would have started coding. In yesterday's session, that is in the first part, we discussed about keywords, print function, statements, commands, indentation, identifiers, variables, and data types. And in today's session, in part 2, now we are going to discuss about data types, that is the continuation of the data types, input, operators, conditionals, loops, and functions. So we can go into our session. First, we will discuss about the string. String is the sequence of Unicode characters. And to create a string, we should enclose the characters inside a single quote or double quotes. So this is an example. This variable a is assigned with the string object hello. And for string concatenation, we can use the plus operator or comma. Mostly we will be using the comma. If we are using the plus operator, the space will be eliminated. The space between the two strings will be eliminated. But if you are using commas, there will be a space in between these two strings which we concatenate. This is another one statement, that is the variable b is assigned with a string object Python for all. In the first case, we have used double quotes, and in the second case, we have used single quotes. Both are same. And third one is c is equal to welcomes you. B is equal to b plus c, and we will be printing this d. While printing this d, we may get Python for all welcomes you, and there will not be space between all and welcome. We can see by executing the command in our Windows, that is in our Python software. And this star operator means just multiplies the string by this number followed by this star. If you're if you're typing or if you're giving a command print of a star 3, you will get hello hello H-E-L-L-O. B equal to Python for all. And C is equal to welcomes you. Let's take one more value. E is equal to achieves. So now we have assigned 4 variables A, B, C, and D with values hello, Python for all, welcomes you, and achieves. Let us see the string concatenation first. Print of plus B. See here, A is hello and B is Python for all. So hello Python for all. There is no space in between. Next, print of A, comma B. See here, this is the result for A plus B, and this is the result for A comma B. Hello Python for all. Here a space is introduced in between hello and Python for all. Next, we shall go for the next that is print of A star 3. Or we can write one more command, print of 3 star A. See here, for this case, we got what? A print of A star 3 is hello, hello, hello. There is no space in between. For the print of 3 star A also, we got the same result. That is the string, that is the object A will be printed twice as we are giving 3. Next, we can check the membership function. Print of P in A. This is one statement. And let us write one more statement. Print of P in B. Let us execute this. See here, for print of P in A, we have got the false, result as false, because A is hello. There is no P in the string hello. So result will be false. But our second statement is print of P in B. B is Python for all. Of this, the first letter is P. So P is present in this string. And before string indexing, we can see length function. This is also an inbuilt function. To get the length of the string, we can use this length function. That is print of length of A. That will give the length of the string A, and print of length of B. That will give the string length of the string B. And indexing, in case of this indexing, our index in Python starts from 0. 0 is the first index, and next character will be, that is the first character will have the index number 0, the next will have index number 1, and next to that will have index number 2, and so on. So let us take our B string, the variable B, that for which we have assigned the value Python for all. So this is the index number for this string. P is assigned with index number 0, Y with index number 1, T with index number 2, 3, 4, 5, and the space will also have an index number. It is important to note that the space will also have an index number. And till the end, we have this index number. And in case of Python, we can have negative indexes also. And negative index starts from the end. That is, the last character will have this index -1, and next to that -2, -3. And here also we should give index number for these spaces. So and so on. That is -1 to 14, as well as it is equivalent to 0 to 13. So if you print of B1, that is the B is our string. Already we have assigned this Python for all to the variable B. So that variable name is B, and the index number is 1. So if you print a statement like this, the result will be Y. That is, you may get Y as output. Y is the character in place of the index number 1. That will be displayed. If you print of B -3. So -1, -2, -3, it will yield A as the output. If it is print of B7, then you may get F as the output. So we can use positive index or negative index. Let me first comment the previous statements. print of length of B, as well as we can write two more statements. Print of length of A, and one more statement, print of length of C. See here, the print of length of B, that is this Python for all, there are 14 characters, including the spaces. And in this hello, we have 5 characters. There is no space. And in the welcomes, we have totally 12 characters. This is what displayed here. So we can put this also along with the comment. Now we can execute the indexing statements. Print of B. B is our variable name with square brackets 1. Let me write one more statement. See here, B with index number 1, that is in this string, that is in the variable B, the index number 1 is occupied by Y. So we got the value as Y. And print of B minus 1. Minus 1 means from the last first, from the end, the first element. Negative index, first element, all. We got L. And for B5, we got N. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Index number 5 is occupied by N. We got the N. And in case, if you, we have seen the length of our string is 14. If you write print 15, print of 15, what happens? We may get an error. B15. B15. We may get an error. That is, this value is out of range of our index. So there is index error. String index is out of range. Okay. And our next topic is slicing. We can pass on to slicing. Okay. Slicing is nothing but there is cutting a part from this string and making it as a substring. And the general format is within square brackets start colon end. So if you write print of B 1 is to 1 colon 5, you may get a result from the element in the first index to the fourth index, and the element in the fifth index will not be displayed. That is from the start to end minus 1. And in this case, print of B 2 is to 9, you may get the elements from 2 to 8. Ninth element will not be displayed. This is the element bearing the index number 9 will not be displayed. And this case also from minus 5 to minus 2, that is in the forward direction. So first we shall demonstrate this slicing, and then we can come back to the string formatting. Print of B square brackets 1 to 5. Let us see the result first. See here, YTHO. There is YTHO. Index number 1, index number 2, index number 3, and index number 4. This index number 5 is not displayed. That is from the starting to end index minus 1 will be displayed. Let us write one more comment. Print of B minus 5 2 minus 2. See here, R space A. R space A. R occupies the index number -5, -4, -5, -4, and -3. -2 is not displayed. This is -1, -2, -3. -2 is not displayed. That is the end index -1 value will be displayed. And here we can have something more. Print of B square bracket. And in this case, starting from the element in the first index, then the third index, then the fifth index will be displayed. That is, the characters will be displayed with a stride of 2. Stride of 2, as we have denoted the last element as 2, the stride will be 2 here. See here, Y, which has the index number 1, then index number 2 is not displayed. And we have H, which is index number 3, and O is not displayed. And next index number 5, that is the stride increases by 2. The first index, then with index number 3, then index number 5, then index number 7, and up to index number 13 will be displayed. That 14 will not be displayed. That is index number 13. The first L, the second L will be displayed. That's all. And now we can pass to our next topic. Let us see about string formatting. String formatting means attractively designing our string. And here we'll be using F-string formatting methods. And let us take some variables A with value 5 and B equal to 10, C is equal to A plus B, X is equal to 25, and Y is equal to 35. See the statement, print of F. This F represents the F-string formatting continued by the string within quotes. So sum of the variable A and variable B is variable C. The result of this statement will be sum of the object assigned to this variable A and the object assigned to variable B is equal to the object assigned to variable C. That is, the sum of 5 and 10 is 15 will be the answer. So see here, in this case, we are doing the calculation inside the string, that is inside the print statement. So in the previous case, we have calculated the value as C, and then we have taken it to taken that object into the output. And in this case, this calculation itself or the operation itself is carried out within the statement. So the result, that is the output, will be result of X, that is X is assigned with an value 25 plus Y is equal to 35, that is the result of 25 plus 35 is 60. That will be the answer. And if you want to print, that is I am fine, and we have represented this string with single quotes. So between I and am, I should use an single quotes. So as there, to avoid the confusion, we are using escape character or backslash before this quote, or we can write it in another method. If you want to avoid that escape character, we should use double quotes to denote the string. See here, F string formatting of I am fine within double quotes. So in this case, we can use single quotes here. So let us go in the next case also. We have used double quotes to denote our string and single quotes between I and L. Will. Let us go to the demonstration part. So let me comment all these things first. And here we can have some values. A equal to 5, A plus B, X equal to 25, and Y equal to 35. So let us print a statement. Print of F formatting. F within quotes, sum of the first variable. We should represent inside these curly braces A and B is C. Let's execute. Single quotes. See here. Sum of 5 and 10 is 15. That is the variable A and the object assigned to variable A is displayed here, and the object assigned to variable B is displayed here, as well as the object of the variable C is the given class. That is in the order which we have given the variables, the object assigned to that variables will be displayed in the output. Print of F string formatting. The result of sum of X and Y is, here we are going to do the calculation inside the statement itself, X plus Y. We shall use double quotes just for a change. Let us execute it now. Yes, the result of sum of 25 and 35 is 60. See here, in the previous case, we have done the calculation and then called that value here. But in this case, the calculation itself is done inside our print statement. So this is one specialty of this F string formatting. Next one, if you want to write some special characters, print of F string formatting. So in this case, we are in need of an quote here. So if you put like this, surely you may get an error. So to avoid that, we'll be using an escape character here. So now if you run this, you may get an output. I will call you later. And Other than this, we can have a symbol method, built-in string methods. So totally we have about 40 built-in methods to deal with string. Of this, we'll be discussing some of the important built-in methods alone. So we'll be discussing this upper of, lower, capitalize, count, title, end with, find, that's all. So we shall directly go to this case, that is the demonstration part. So for that, we are in need of this A, B, and C. Let us uncomment them. A, B, and C. So we can start the comment from here until this delete. And first I will use the upper of, that is, see this value of A is HELLO, hello. So let me write the first statement. Print of A dot upper. See here. See the result. Actually, A is equal to hello with small letters, and the result is HELLO with capital letters. That is A dot, and this method converts the lowercase letter into uppercase letter. So now we can come to this D case. Print of D dot lower. Let's execute this. See our answers. Achieves. Actually, our D is achieves with capital letters, and now it has become small letters. That is, this method acts on this variable D and makes its value to small letters. And if you want to find this count of some values, let us find the number of L in this B. Print of B dot count of L. See here 2L. B is our variable name, and here we have 2L. So B dot count of L gives the value 2. Next we can see print of B dot ends with we can give the value A LL hold. And if this is true, then we make it true or false. The answer will be either true or false. True. B, Python for all ends with all. To list. List is the collection of ordered items. And list is mutable. That is, the elements in the list can be changed. And list can hold various data types. All the data types can be enclosed inside a list. And this list will be represented as square brackets. That is, the elements will be stored inside, whether enclosed within square brackets. So see here, this is an example of a list. L1 is the variable name assigned to the list, and the elements are 5, a string 2a, another one string high, and then complex value 123.45 plus 567.89j, and an integer in the binary form 0b1010101, and another one list is also enclosed inside this list, and this list is 1357 and an integer 76. If you print type of L1, that is type of L1 will give you a class list, and this print of L1 will display all the elements inside the list, and this length of L1, len of L1 will give the length of this list, and in this case the length is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 the length will be 7. And indexing is also possible in lists. Both positive indexing as well as negative indexing is possible. So print of L1 of 4, that is L1 with index number 4 will display the fourth element in the fourth index. And here also the index starts from 0. So 5 will hold the index number 0, 2a will hold the index number 1, index number 2, 3, 4. That is, the integer form of 0b1010101 will be displayed as the output. If you print the type of this L1 of 4, it may give you the answer as integer. And it is the example of a negative indexing. Negative indexing starts from the end of the list, and the last element, that is 76, will hold the index number -1, and this list 1357 will hold the index number -2, and this will have index number -3, and so on. So if you print L1 with index number -2, this list 1357 will be displayed. And if you print the type of that index number element at index number -2, you may get the result as a list. And a range of values can also be extracted from a list. Print of L1 with range 2 is to 16. So starting from the index number 2 till 6 minus 1, that is till the element in the fifth index will be displayed, that is 0 1 2. So high will be displayed 2 3, this complex number will be displayed 4 and 5. Up to this list 1357 will be displayed as the output. And you can extract these values by using negative indexing also. We can change that item in the index, item in the list, that is by using the index number. So we have said that list is mutable, that is changeable. So it is possible to change an item in the list. So L1 at index number 2 is equal to -145. So index number 2 corresponds to high, 0 1 2 high. So if you give this statement and again you print the L1 list, you may get 5, 2a and -145 instead of high. This high will be replaced by -145. Let us demonstrate all these things. L1 equals list 5. An important thing is all the elements will be separated by commas. String 2a 10101 and another one list 1 3 5 7 and another one element 76. Let us print the type of L1. Print of L1. And let us also print the type of L1. Print of type of L1. Let me run this. See here, this is the list which is displayed 5, 2A high, and so on up to, and this class list, that is L1 is of class list. Let us find its length also. Print of length of L1. So totally we have 7 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we can go for the indexing, that is display the elements based upon the indexing. Print of L1, that is our list name. Then within square brackets, the index number of the element which we want to display. Let us display 4 now. And along with this, we can also find the type of that element. Print of type of L1, not Li, L1. L1 4. So the fourth element 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth element is 85, and 85 belongs to the class integer. So let us write an example for negative indexing. Print of L1 minus 2. Also we can bring out its type of L1 minus, not Li, L1. See here, that is the -1 is 76 and -2 is the list 1357. See here, for our print of L1 of -2, the list 1357 is displayed, and this its type, it belongs to class list. And now we can print a range of values. Print of, better I can copy this, it's easy for me. Print of L1. Starting from the second element, we have to print up to the 6th one. And here we can, let me comment this. I don't want this now. -5 to -1. So here also we got the same thing. That is -5 corresponds to high, -1, -2, -3, -4, and -5. So if you have some doubts, we can change this. We can start from -7 or -6. See here, we have started from high 2A, which corresponds to index number -6. To -1 means, so the -1 element will not be displayed. That is 76 corresponds to -1. It will not be displayed. This -6 -1. -1 -1, that is -2. From the -2 it will be displayed. So now we can change a value in our list. So for that, we have to give the list name L1 and then the index number. And I wish to change this high, which has the index number 2. 2 equal to 145. And let us print the list now. Print of L1. See here, previously we had 0, 1 and the second element as high. So after this statement L1 of index number 2 is equal to 45, this list is changed to 5, 2, and instead of 5 we have 145. So now our second, that is the element in the second index position, is 145 and not high. And now we can go for some list methods. So the items in the list can be accessed, changed, or it can be edited by using some methods. So this append of will add an item to the end of the list, and the general format for that is L1, this list name dot append of the element which we want to append to this. So this print of L1 will give the new list L1, and the print of length of L1 will give the length of that new list L1. That insert, in the previous case in append, it will add it to the end of the list. But if you want to add it to a specific index or specified index, you should use insert method. So our list name and then insert of, that is the index number followed by the item to be inserted. And the same case, print of L1 will give the new list, and print of length of L1 will give the length of the new list. And next one is remove. And this remove will remove, that is the remove method will remove the specified item from the list. And pop off, this will remove the item belonging to that index. In this remove method, we will be using this name of that item. And in the pop off method, we will be using the index of the item. So in this pop off 3 means that item at index number 3 will be removed. And this remove means remove of 2a means the item whose value is equal to 2a will be removed. And reverse, to reverse a list, we just use list dot reverse of. It will reverse the whole list. So now we can go to the demonstration part. The length of L1. Print of length of L1. Let us take it in a new window. See here, it is your list 5 to a high, and we have edited in the middle. So high has changed to 145, and now we have appended 2468 to the list. That is, the new list contains the last element 2468, and the length of the list is now 8. And our next command is insert. Insert, and I want to insert at the position 3, comma, and I am inserting a string. See here, and now we have a high in the position number 3, that is index number 3, 0, 1, 2, and at index number 3 we have the new element high. And now the length of the string is 9. Previously it is 8, and now one more element is inserted into your string, and the length of our string is now 9. And we can go for a remove method. So remove of, so we can change this 2, 4, 5, 6. Instead of that, we can use another one. I can remove this 2a. 2a. See here, this 2a is removed from the list. That is it was in the index number 1, and it was removed from the list, and now the length of our list has become 8. Previously it was 9, and now it has become 8. And we can use pop off. Pop off. In this pop off, we should use the index number. So let us use 3, index number 3, or we can use 4. 4. See here, previously 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 85 was at the index number 4. And now in the new list, it was removed. That is, we have used the pop-off method, pop-off 4, to remove that 85. So as one element is removed, the list has reduced in size to 7. And now we can go for the last command, reverse of. So see here, the string is now not string, our list is now reversed. The 5 of the elements are placed inside the parenthesis, and this tuple may contain number of items, and these items may belong to different data types, maybe integer, float, string, list, and so on. So here we have a tuple T1 with variable name T1, which contains the elements 25, 845.35, hello, 123.45 plus 567.89J, and an hexadecimal value 0xFACE, and a list 2468, and another one string 603A. And this T2 denotes an empty tuple. So there is no element inside this tuple. This denotes an empty tuple. And T3 is a tuple with single element. And to write an tuple with single element, we should use a comma after that first element. This to print the tuple T1, we can use the print of T1 command. And to print the type of, or to display the type of the element, which not element, the tuple, we should use print of type of T1. And this print of length of len of T1 will display the number of elements inside the tuple T1. Similarly, to print T2, we can use print T2, print of type of T2, or to print the length, we can use print of length of T2. The same thing can also be done with T3. And indexing as well as slicing is also possible with tuples. Both positive and negative indexes can be used. Print of T1 of 5 will display the element with index number 5, and this 25 holds index number 0, index number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this list 2, 4, 6, 8 will be displayed as a result of print of T1 of 5. And print of T1 of -5. This negative index starts from the end. So this 603A holds the index -1, and this list hold -2, -3, -4, and -5. As a result, hello will be printed as the output for print of T1 with index number -5. And to print a range of values, here we have used from 2 to -2, that is from 0, 1 to hello to -2. -2 is occupied by this list. So the value before the list, that is 0xFACE, that is still 0xFACE will be displayed at the output as a result of this print statement. And this print 0xFACE in T1 is the membership testing function. That is whether 0xFACE is present in T1 or not. If it is present, we may get the result as true, or if it is not present, we may get the result as false. Let us go for the execution part. And in this part, I will open my pre-coded files. So here I have taken a tuple T1 is equal to 25, 845.35, hello, 1234, 123.45 plus 567.89J, 0xFACE, and a list 2468 and 603A. So let me comment all other things. So now I want to print this T1. Let me run this. See here, print of T1 yielded this, that is 25, 845 same time. So now we are printing both these things, the T1 as well as T2, print of T2, print of type of T2, and print the length of T2. See here, this is the answer for print of T2. That is, T2 is an empty tuple. Empty tuple is denoted by this closed parenthesis without any elements. And we have displayed the type of T2. This type is a tuple, but with no elements. And the number of elements or the length of tuple, that tuple T2 is 0. See here, this 1 corresponds to the print of length of T3. Print of length of T3. Our T3 has only one element, so its length is 1. And this, it belongs to the class tuple, and it has type, we have printed our tuple T3 with one element, 45 succeeded by a comma. So to denote a tuple with single element, this comma is vital. Now we can demonstrate the indexing. See here, print of T1 with index number 5 has displayed 2468. 0, that is 25 corresponds to index number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2468. The list is displayed as it is. So here this list 2468 is an element of the tuple T1. So the list is displayed as it is. And this print of T1 with index number -5 displayed hello. So 603 corresponds to index number -1, is -2, -3, -4, and -5 is hello. See here, print of T1 within the range, that is the from 2 to -2, and this 2 corresponds to hello, 0, 1, 2, hello, and this -2 corresponds to this list 2468, but this list will not be displayed, and an element before that, that is with index number -3, will be displayed 64206. And the last line, print of 0xFAC in T1. The 0xFAC corresponds to the hexadecimal value, and this element is present in our list tuple T1. So the answer is T1. Now we can pass on to the next topic. Set. The set is nothing but a collection, but which is unordered and unindexed. So no order will be preserved and no indexing can be done in a set. And the set elements will be enclosed within curly braces. So this is an example of a set. S1 is equal to 25, 845.35. That is, we have just changed the braces. That is, instead of that parenthesis, we are used curly braces to denote this. That is, when we are enclosing the elements inside curly braces in Python, it denotes a set. So this print of S1 will print the set S1, and print of type of S1 will display what class it belongs to, and print of length of S1 will display the number of elements in this set. So L2 is a list. That is, we can have elements inside this. So to create a set from a list, it's simple. That is, give an variable name and just use the function set of. Here I have assigned the variable name S2 is equal to set is the function, and inside the function we are passing the parameter L2. That is the name of the list L2. Now if you print of S2, it will display a set S2. It will display the set, and print of type of S2 will display class set, and print of length of S2 will display the number of elements inside this. We can go for the demonstration part. So let me open that. Set. So here I have represented, I have written a set. S1 is equal to 25, 845.35, hello 123.45 plus 567.89J plus 0xFACE 68 and 603A. I want to print this. So let me comment all other things. So we can take a new window. See here, print of S1 has printed the set. So as I told already, the set will be or enclosed within curly braces. So 25, 845.35. So see here, 25 is here and 845.35 is here. That is, there is no order. As per our input, this 25 is the first element, but in the output, the order will not be preserved. It will be in this set, but it will not have a fixed position. And print of type of S1. Type of S1 is displayed class set, and the number of elements. Totally we have 8 elements. So we can execute the second command. So in the second, in this next statement, I have created a list as L2, and let us run this. So here the list is with elements 35, 45, 2, 4, 6, See here in the list, the order is preserved. In which order we have fed the values, in the same order we may get the output. But this case is different in when we consider a set. The order will not be preserved. So as the order is not preserved, indexing is not possible with set. But in list, ordering is possible. Order is preserved, so indexing is possible. So now let us make a set from a list. So we are transforming the list L2 into a set S2. So let me run this. See here, there is previously it was a list 35, 45, 2, 4, 6, 8 list and so on. Now let us make an empty set. So to make an empty set, just give the command set off. That's all. No need to pass any values inside that. So S0 is the variable name of our empty set, and I have passed the that is, I haven't passed any parameter, and just I have typed the function set off. See here, the result is we have printed that S0. So that is S0 has given an value set off. That is set with no elements. So empty set is denoted by set off. And this type, print of type of S0. S0 is a class set. And length of the elements, number of elements, 0 elements. So now let us add some elements to that set S0. That is, the set can have some methods, add of, update of, and remove of, and so on. And we will be discussing these three methods now. So I want to add an element to this empty set. So to do that, I can use the command S0, that is the name of our set or the variable name, S0 dot add, the method add of the element which we want to add. And let us print this. See here, now when we print of S0, previously it was a null set, there is no element. And now I have added the element 50 to this. So this is the new set with element 50. Now S0 has an element. So this also belongs to the class set, and the number of elements is 1. And if I want to add more than one elements at a time, I want to add a list of elements. So in such cases, I should use the method update. I should use the update method. So let us run this also. So I have a list L1 with elements 9, 10, 11, and 12. And I have updated this to the set S0. So previously the set S0 had an element 50. Now 9, 10, 11, and 12 is also updated along with that. So then now my set S0 contains the element 9, 10, 11, 12 as well as 50. And the total number of element is 5. So now if we want to remove an element from that set. So now I am removing the element 6 from the set S1. From the set S1, I am removing the elements. See here, in the set S1, this element 6 was there, and the total number of elements was 8 previously when we defined this set. And now I have used the remove method to remove 6, and there is no more 6 in my list S1. And now the total number of elements have become 7. Okay, now we can go for the set operators. We have discussed creating an empty set, modifying a set using add, update, and method. Set operators. So set operators are used to carry the mathematical operations on the set, that is union of two sets, intersection of two sets, difference of two sets, as well as symmetric difference between two sets. So this union, this is denoted by, that can be done in two methods, either by using this mathematical expression A union of B, and to denote this A union, we are using the vertical line, or do it mathematically, we can use this subtraction or minus. And symmetrical difference, we will be using the hat. Let's go for this demonstration part. So I have two sets. That is set A with elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 and 6, and set B 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Of this we have commonly 4, 5 and 6. In both the sets we have 4, 5 and 6. So first I want to print the union of two sets. So let me run this. See here, the union of two sets will contain a set with all the elements from both from A and B. So it contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is the replication or duplicate values are not allowed inside this set. So a value will be displayed only once, or value will come only once. We have 4, 5 and 6 commonly in both A and B, but it is displayed only once in the new set. So we can use this print of A dot union of B, that is union of method also. So let us demonstrate that also. See here, the first line, that is the result, first line of the result corresponds to the output of print of A union B. And the second one, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this corresponds to the print of A dot union of B method. So both these have given the same answer. So either we can use the mathematical operator or use by using the union method. So next we can go for the intersection of two sets. So the intersection of two sets will give the common elements. So let us see what is the result. So we should get 4, 5 and 6 as the output. So we have got that same. That is, in both the sets 4, 5 and 6 are common. That common elements will be displayed. As we have typed both in by using ampersand symbol as well as the intersection method, we got the answer twice. That is, the first one corresponds to that expression we have written, that is A ampersand B, and the second one corresponds to the method which we have written. And let us go for the difference. And this difference will give the elements in the first set but not in the second set. See here, and 1, 2, 3, these are the elements in A but not in B. So we have written it in, that is A minus B form as well as A dot difference of B method. So A minus B is, that is, the difference of A and B is different from difference of B and A. So we can demonstrate that also. See here, this A minus B yielded the result 1, 2, 3. But B minus A, the result is 8, 9, and 7. That is our 7, 8, 9. In 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9 or the A symmetrical difference B. We have typed this thrice. That is first by using the symbol, and this is the hat symbol. This hat symbol is used to denote the symmetrical difference. And then we have typed A dot symmetrical difference of B. Then again we have typed B dot symmetrical difference of A. Both A dot symmetrical difference of B and B dot symmetrical difference of A will yield the same result. So with this, we can conclude these set operations, and next we can go on pass on to the next topic. I have exceeded the time limit. Please stay online. I will conclude in 15 minutes. So next topic of discussion is frozen set. Frozen set is nothing but an immutable version of Python set object, and this frozen set will take a single parameter, and if you do not pass any parameter, this frozen set will give an empty frozen set. Here fs1 is the variable name assigned to our frozen set, and frozen set of a list. So the list may contain a number of elements, but this list as a whole is the parameter passed to this frozen set function. This print of fs1 will print all the elements of this frozen set, and print of type of fs1 will display the type, that is object frozen set, and print of length of fs1 will display the number of elements inside this frozen set. Here fs0 is the variable name and the frozen set of without any variable parameters, and this will yield an empty frozen set. So here a string Python for all, and this frozen set will be created with these characters in this string as an element. This space is also will also be considered as a character. So this is a list L1, and we are passing the list L1 as the parameter to create the frozen set. See here, fs1 is a frozen set with the list of elements 135, f is at 123.45, 456.789j. So for print of fs1, we have obtained the first line, that is all the elements of the frozen set. And this print of type of fs1, we got class frozen set, and print of length of fs1 we got 5, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is a complex value. Totally we have got 5 elements in the frozen set. So let us now create another empty frozen set. See here, for the second thing we got the output as this frozen set, but frozen set of and without any elements. In the previous case, we have got the frozen set with elements, and here there is no elements, and the length of the set is 0. If you print this fs1, we get frozen set of hello 123.4545, that is 45, then the tuple 2468. This order will not be preserved here, but all the elements will be there. So this type is frozen set, and number of element is 4. See here, T1, which is a tuple of some 1, 2, 3, 4 elements, 90, 234.56 by a string Python, and this is the Boolean value true. So we are creating an frozen set from this T1, and if you print that, we get that is frozen set of true, 90, 234.56 Python, and so on. And the total number of elements are 4. And here we have given a set of elements 25, 845.35, and so on. So if you run this, so we get a frozen set with all the elements inside this set, and this is type of frozen set, and number of elements is 7. And here we should note one thing: if you introduce a list here, let me introduce a list inside the set 1, 2, 3, a small list with 3 elements. I am introducing a list here, and if you now create a frozen set, surely you may get an error, because list is mutable and this frozen set is immutable. See here, this unhashable type of list is introduced, so we are unable to get the output. So now we can pass on to our next topic, dictionaries. These dictionaries are unordered collection of items, and these items will be arranged in a manner as if a key with its value. So we say it as key value pair. See here, D1 is the dictionary which contains the key lang, and the value for that lang is Python. And next key is ver, and its value is 3.7. And next key is 21, and its value is for all. And the next key is 30.45, and its value is 100. We can have string or numerals or numbers as keys or values. So printf D1 will give the dictionary D1. Printf type of D1 will display its type, that is object dictionary, and the printf length D1 will give the number of elements inside this dictionary. So this language and its value Python will constitute one element, and version and this 3.7 will be the second element. This is the third and fourth. Totally here we have 4 elements inside this dictionary. So this dictionary can be created by using the built-in function dictof. So to denote an empty dictionary, we should use these curly braces. So here we are creating a dictionary by using the dictof method. So D2 is the variable name assigned to that, and dictof make is equal to Tata, model is equal to Zumo, and year is equal to 2002. And here we should note that this tuple should contain 2 elements. Actually, T1 is a tuple, and this inside this tuple we have nested tuples. That is, make and Maruti. This form one tuple. Model and Alto, this form the second tuple, and year and 2009 forms the third tuple. And these 3 tuples are enclosed inside the tuple T1. We can make a dictionary from such tuples. So we can go for the demo part. See here, D1 is equal to lang and its value is Python. Lang is the key and value is Python. Version is the key. 3.7 is the value, and 21 is the key, and for all is the value. 30.45 is the key, and 100 is the value. So when we print D1, we get this first line: lang Python var 3.7, 21 for all, 30.45 with value 100. And this, when we type, when we give the statement print of type of D1, this belongs to class dict. And this length is 4 elements. That is, lang and Python constitute one element, version and 3.7 constitute another one element, 21 and for all constitute the third element, and 30.45 and 100 constitute the fourth element. Next, we can go for the creation of dictionaries. So here we have given D2 is equal to dict-of. We have passed some values. Make is equal to Tata, model is equal to Sumo, and year is equal to 3. And if you print this D2, D2 will be a dictionary. That is, make Tata, model Sumo, and year 2002. And this belongs to the class dictionary, and the number of elements is 3. That is, make and Tata forms one dictionary element, model and Sumo forms the second dictionary element, and year and 2002 forms the third dictionary element. See here, and here we are creating empty dictionary. Thus just D3 is equal to dict-of without any elements or parameters, and D4 is equal to curly braces without any elements. And we are printing D3 and D4 as well as its type and length. See here, we got an empty curly braces which denote empty dictionary. Empty curly braces denotes empty dictionary. And class dict and without elements, number of elements or length of that dictionary is 0. In both these cases, in D3 and D4, we got the same answer. And now we are going to create dictionary from tuples. See here, T1 is the tuple which contains 3 nested tuples or 3 tuples inside it. Make and Maruti is the first tuple inside T1 from the tuple T1. Let us run this. Okay. See here, make, Maruti, model, Alto, year 2009. All these things constitute this tuple. That is the answer for the first one. That is print of T1, print of type of T1. For print of type of T1, we have got the answer as tuple. And print of length of T1, we have got the answer as 3 tuples. And for the next one, print of D1, D5. D5 is the dictionary created from the tuple. And this we got the answer as make, Maruti, model. See the difference: tuple inside the parenthesis and dictionary inside the curly braces. When this tuple is converted into a dictionary, it is enclosed inside the curly braces. And now its class is dictionary, and but the number of elements remains the same, 3. See here. Now we are creating a dictionary from a list, but not list of tuples. So a list which contains tuples as its element. So one with another one, that is 1 and 1. These are the 2 elements of the first tuple, and 2 and 2, TWO2, are the elements of the second tuple, and 3 and 3 are the elements of the third tuple. All these 3 tuples are enclosed as elements of a list. And we are creating a dictionary D6 from this list L1. Okay. Actually, L1 is the list, and we are creating an dictionary from this list L1, but that list contains tuples. See here, for the first, that is print of L1, we got this dictionary. We not dictionary, we got this list inside this square brackets, and 1 comma 1 is a tuple inside the list, 2 comma 2 is the another one tuple inside the list, and 3 comma 3 is another one tuple inside this list. And this the whole thing L1 belongs to the class list, and number of elements are 3. That is 3 tuples are inside this. All these 3 tuples are treated as a single element as far as this list is concerned. And now we have created the dictionary D6 from this list L1. And if you print D6, you may get a dictionary that is 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. And this belongs to the class dict, and the number of elements is 3. So here we have a list subject with 4 elements and another one list with marks 4 elements. And we can create a dictionary from this by using the SIF function. SIF function, we will see it in the demonstration part. Dictionary can be updated also. That is by adding a new key value pair or modifying an existing value or deleting an existing entry. So this print D1 lang, that is print D1 with lang is the key. If you give this statement, the value corresponding to this key lang will be displayed. And print D1 dot get off. This is another method of getting the values, and 30.45 is the key, and this value corresponding to this key will be displayed. And this del of D1, that is D1 is the dictionary, and 21 is the key value, and that is this key and value corresponding to this 21 of this dictionary D1 will be deleted. You can go to the demonstration part. To print that type of subject, as well as the print the length of subject, as well as print the mark of the type of mark, as well as print the length of mark. So this is given the answers, that is the both subject and mark are list, that is they belongs to the class list, and number of elements are 4. Now we can create a dictionary from these two things, that is by using the SIF function. So this is the format, Z is equal to D7. Let me comment this. D7 is equal to dict of SIP of subject and mark. Subject is the first list and mark is the second list. And we are using the SIF function and dict function to create the dictionary from this. See here, that is this dictionary is created with, that is by pairing English 97, Max 99, EVS 90, Project A. And this whole thing D7 belongs to the class dictionary and its length is 4. So now we are going to, that is by using an method, dictionary method, that is from keys, that is core of dictionary dot from keys match 1, match 2, match 3, and this match 1, match 2, match 3 is a list, and this list of elements, all these 3 elements will be treated as key, and all these key will be assigned with value 0. See here, match 1 0, match 2 0, match 3 0, and for to generate this dictionary we are use the method from keys method, and these curly braces denote the dictionary, or we can use dict dot from keys also. So in the second line we have used that. Run is equal to dict dot from keys of a list, test1, test2, test3, test4, and 0. We can assign values also. We can give 100 and run this. See here, test1 is assigned now with 100 now, test2 is also assigned with 100, test3 with 100, test4 with 100. Now we are going to assess the elements from the dictionary. See here, D1 is the dictionary with lang and Python as the first element, version and 3.7. That is the first dictionary which we wrote. And this print of D1 will give the dictionary D1, and print of type of D1 will give the type of dictionary. And this print D1 dot keys of is the method. Keys of is the method used with dictionaries, and this will display all the keys of the dictionary D1. And this another one method, values of, and this print of D1 dot values of will display all the values of the dictionary D1. So let us see that. See here, and dict keys lang were 21 30.45. See here, for this the dictionary, lang is the first key, where is the second key, 21 is the third key, and 30.45 is the fourth key. All these keys are displayed one by one. And for this statement, print of D1 dot values of, we got the next line, that is dict underscore values of this Python is the first value, 3.7 is the second value. For all, assess the values. So print D1 is our dictionary variable name, and get of var will give you the value 3.7, and get of 30.45 will yield you 100. So next one is updating the dictionary. And in the first thing, we have changed the value D1, and the key with key name version is updated to 3.8. D1 is the dictionary name, and var is the key name, and 3.7 is the previous value. Now we have updated it to 3.8. So the result will be, see here, when you print this dictionary, you got the value of that version as 3.8. It is updated to 3.8. And the next statement, D1 with 10 is equal to 4578. That is, a new key and a new value is inserted. D1 is the dictionary name, and the new key is 10, and the new value is 4578. See here, it is introduced here, 10 and 4578. And in the third statement, I have deleted this key 21. Key 21 corresponds to for all. So when you print this new dictionary, that element will not be there. See here, the key value, key 21 and value for all is eliminated from this. Okay. Inputs. So the format of input is input of prompt. The prompt is nothing but a string to represent which represents a default message. So this is an example. Name is equal to input of what's your name. So we can go to the demonstration part. comment the okay. So we can do one thing. I will run in a new page. So you have got the message, what's your name, displayed on the screen or the shell window. So if I'm typing Python, so it now asks, now it displays the print formatting. Nice to meet you. My name. That is the nice to meet you Python, and I have given added that to display the type of name also. What type this variable name belongs to. So it belongs to string, class string. Now I am entering my age. So the message is displayed. So you are already 40 years old, Python. And here also I have given type of age. So what type this variable age belong to? Here it is also displayed alphabets. It will also be accepted. So to overcome this problem, we can have some changes in our program. See here in this section, I have declared the data type of this. That is, it should take input string as input. The name should take in string as input, and the age should take integer as input. Now we can run this. Enter your name. And if I type some GS53S something, as these numerical values are considered as string, it is an acceptable value, no problem. But in this case, if you print some alphabets, surely you may get a error. So we can rerun this. And for the name, okay. And for the age, if I'm giving some number, it's okay. No error is created. So now we can go on to our next topic, operators. So here we have some operators. The first one is the assignment operator, and its equal is the assignment operator to assign values to variables. And arithmetic operators plus, minus, char, slash, percentage, and double slash, double star, as well as double slash. So to do the arithmetic operations, we will be using these operators, and we will be describing this while going for the demonstrations. And comparison operators, greater than, less than, equal to, not equal to, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. And logical operators, and, or, and not. And this not is something complicated. It will give you it will return a true if the statement is not true. That is, if the statement is not true, it will return a true. That is, if the statement is false, it will give you true as the answer. And if the statement is true, it will give false as the answer. And this is the bitwise operator, which for doing operations with binary values. Identity operator is and is not. And membership operator is not. Let me open that files. Operators. You can close this. And here I have taken some values, that is A, B, C, and something else like that. And I am going to do my operations on these values. Okay, let us run this first. A equal to 5, B equal to 7, C equal to 25, D is equal to 5, E equal to Python, and G is equal to 0. Let us run this. So the answer we got is A plus B. The first statement, A plus B yielded 12, that is 5 plus 7. Then A minus B, we got minus 2. And for A star B, we got 35. And for A slash B, we got 0.7142 and so on. And for A modulo B, we got the answer as 5. That is the remainder. And the power. And 5 square is equal to 25. Next, we can go for the comparison operator. So for the comparison operator, you may get true or false or Boolean values as the output. If A is greater than B, A is less than B, so you may get a false as the output. For the first thing, we got false as the output. Then B is less than C. It is true. 7 is less than 25. It's true. And second one, third one, print A equal to D. A equal to 5 as well as D equal to 5. This is also true. And next one is A is not equal to D. A equal to not equal to D, it is false. So we got false, and print A less than or equal to D, it's true. Next, we can explain the logical operators. And these logical operators, yes, the logical operators, A or and, or and not. First, we can discuss about this A and B. If both the values are true, then we may get the second value as the output. So for this, print A and B, A is equal to 5 and B is equal to 7, both are true. So we may get 7 as the output. At the same time, for A and G, A equal to 5 and G is equal to 0, we may get 0 as the output. Next, A or B, A is equal to 5 and B equal to 7. In this case, if the first value is true, immediately we get the first value as the output. As A is true, it won't go for the next operation. It gives 5 as output. So print B or A. And as the first value is B, so 7 will be the output here. And print G or A. In this case, G is 0. And so it checks for the next value A, and we may get 5 as the output. And next, now we are going on to our, that is little bit complicated, that is the not function. Let us execute it. And this not of will yield the true if the statement is false. That is, if the statement is not true, it will give an true. And if the, and what does that true means is, if A is equal to 5 means it is a value, it is true. And if G is equal to 0, it is false. So that's the case. So A equal to 5 is true. If A is equal to 5 is true, then not of A will be false. See here, we have written two statements. Print of not of A. Actually, A equal to 5. It is a true value. So not of A will yield you false. At the same time, the second statement, not of G. G is equal to 0. 0 is a false value. 0 is equivalent to false. So G is equal to 0 is a false value. For that, you may get the output as true. So not of G is equal to true. Now we can go for the bitwise operators. Answer is 7. It is not what you think like. Actually, this is the result of the bitwise AND function of the values of 5 and 7. So only I have given the binary values of A. I have just printed the binary value of A. This binary value of A is equal to 101, as well as the binary value of B. Binary value of B is equal to 111. Now, as per the first statement, A ANDed with B. So each element in the starting from the LSB will be ANDed. That is one. This the LSB of the number 5 will be ANDed with LSB of 7. So 1 and 1 is result is 1. Next bit 0 and 1 is 0, and next bit, that is the MSB, 1 and 1 is 1. So the result will be 101. Its corresponding decimal value is 5. 101 is equal to 5. Yeah. So this is how you got this 5. Not on these decimal values, but it is performing bitwise operations, bitwise and or functions on these values and giving the results. Similarly, for OR operation, 1 ORed with 1 is 1. 0 ORed with 1 is 1. As well as again the MSB, 1 ORed with 1 is 1. So the resultant will be 111, which is equivalent to 7. That is displayed in decimal as 7. So the actual operation is performed a bit on the bits of that number, and the result is displayed as a decimal number. So next one is identity operator. We can do both these things together, identity as well as membership. Already we are familiar with membership, so let us first see about this identity operators. This identity operators are is and not is not. The result will be either true or false. The first statement is print A is B. A is equal to 5 and B is equal to 7. So A is not B. So we may get a value that is the answer as false. A is not B. And then A is D. Actually D and A are equal, 5. So for this we may get the answer as true. And then print A is not C. A is not C. So it is also true. Third one is true. And in membership function, it checks whether that value is available in the given variable. So print of P in E. E is equal to Python, and I have given a capital P. P in E. P is there in E. That is capital P is there in E, and we may get the result as true. And again, I have printed P, small p in E. And actually, there is no small p in E, so the result is false. So with this, we'll be concluding the operators. And we can go for the for and while loops. The for loop is used to iterate over a sequence. The sequence may be a list, tuple, or dictionary, set, or a string. So here L is an list, and I am writing an for loop that is for x in L, and this x represents the elements in L. For every element in L, it will be the loop will be executed once. And so we can directly go for its case study. That will be easier for us. Here I have taken a list L. Okay. So here I have written a for loop, and there is a indentation is very, very important in this for loop as well as in while loop. Is for x in L1. L1 is a list, and that is Ex represents the elements in list L1, print of x. So let us execute this, as well as the second statement for A in S1 colon print of A. See here, the list elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 will be printed at the end of each cycle. Initially, 1 will be assigned to x, and that value will be printed, and then it goes to the list, fetches 2, and the 2 will be printed, and like this the cycle continues till the end of the list, from the starting to the end of the list. See the second case, this is a set. In this case also, the first element is 25. So actually in list there is no order. Order is not preserved, but all the elements will be printed. So totally we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 elements. See here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All the 8 elements are printed, but not in order. So it is important. Order is not preserved in a list as not list in set, as there is no order in the list. When we are printing in the output, the output will also miss the order. So now we can go for the next demonstration, that is for in a string. This for loop in a string is somewhat different. It consider each and every element, that is the every character as an element. So let us execute this. Actually st is a string welcome all. So first I have formatted this, that is, so actually it is printing the elements in this, that is I means each element in the string st. The first element is w. So as w is printed as the output, then it is continued by an comma, that is I have given at the end there should be a comma. This is the formatting I have given here. So a comma, and next it goes again to the string and fetches e, and it prints here, and again it goes back, that is it increment, the loop get incremented and fetches the next value, and it is typed here. So instead of this, if I am using this statement, that is first print statement, the result will be different. That is the elements will be displayed one below the another. So see here, even the space in between E and A is considered as a character here. You should keep it in mind. So see here, from between E and A there is a space. That is, the space is also considered as an element. So if you want to print all those things in a single line, you should give it, that is formatting with end. So now we can go for the next loop, that is while loop. So initially I have taken I is equal to 6, and while I is less than 6, if that is, this condition is if I is less than 6, if this condition is true, all the statements below this will be executed. If the condition is false, then the loop terminates there. So as the loop gets terminated. So now we can go on for go to these two new terms, that is the break and continue. So actually the break statement is used to terminate the loop, terminate the execution of the loop. Let us see here. for x is equal to, for x in L1, x is equal to, that is x is equal to 5. If x is equal to 5, the loop should break. See here, initially x is equal to 1. So it is not equal to 5. So that is it comparing the value of x to 5. It is not equal to 5. So it has executed the next line, that is print of x. And for the fifth element, when it comes till 4, there is no problem. When the fifth element comes here, so it checks 5 is equal, that is 5 is equal to 5. So it stops the loop there and exits. So the remaining members of that list is not examined. So at this point, the loop gets broken. We can execute the next, that is break in while. Keep in mind, indentation is very, very important in case of these while and for loops. So again, I have played with this L1. So L1 is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So and not L1, sorry, and I have given 11 as the input. So 11 is our input, not L1. So while I is less than or equal to 20, it will come to the next line and it checks the second condition. If I is equal to 16, if it is equal to 16, it should break. Otherwise, it would print, that is, it will print the number and increment it. Initially, I is equal to 11. It is less than 20. So it now checks if it is equal to 16. No. So it will print 11 and increment it and again go to the loop. Checks for 12, the condition satisfied, for 13, 14. And as the condition 16 comes, it is less than 20, but it is equal to 16. I is equal to 16. So it breaks off the loop and completes the execution. Now we can go for the continue statement. So in case of this continue, what happens is that is if this condition is true, that is the control goes to the loop and checks the next condition. The loop does not get terminated. That is, for this condition alone, there will be a break. And again, the loop continues. Let us run this. So we can run one by one. It's good to run one by one. It is not equal to 5. So it prints the element. For 2 also the same case. For 3 also same. But when the element with value 5 comes, this condition is satisfied. And if this condition is satisfied, then it should continue. That is, continue means the control goes to the starting of the loop, starting of that program or starting of that loop. And now if it goes to the starting of the loop, then the print statement after the continue will not be executed. As a result, the element 5 is not printed at the output. Now it continues. It checks the next element 6. So with this element 6, it checks 6 is not equal to 5, and so it prints this, and this operation continues. So with this continue statement inside a for loop, the control goes to the for loop. So now we can go and demonstrate for the continue in while statement. See here. So I is equal to 11, while I less than or equal to 20, then it checks if I is equal to 16. And to avoid an infinite string, we are incrementing it here itself. So if this continuation, if this condition is true, then it will be incremented and then it continues to the loop. So let us execute this. So initially I is equal to 11, 11 is less than 20 and it is not equal to 16. So it prints I1, that is 11. So as in the case of 12, 13, 14 and 15, this condition is true. And when 16 comes, I is equal to 16. So this if condition is true and that is it is incremented to 17 and this continued. Continued means it goes to the starting of the loop and 17 is less than 20 but 17 is not equal to 16. So then in the next case 17 is typed at the output or printed at the output. But in case of 16, at that instant the loop goes to there is the control of the loop goes to the starting of the while loop. So this is the case here. So if you want to type this one by one, that is the within a single line, you should use this end formatting. Let us run that also. See here, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 is missing. So this is the case. And I think we can conclude with this. And we have to discuss some more things. And thanks to every one of you for your kind cooperation and participation. Actually, we have to discuss more things, that is file handling, date and time, JSON, arrays, modules, and so on. And if possible, we will discuss all those things in the second series along with advanced Python. Thanking you.